What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of La Liga Career Mode. This is episode number 57, and we're starting today's episode on the back of our throwaway against Celta Vigo, where we were leading by 2-0 at the Estadio Nuevo Los Camenes, only to draw 2-2. Celta Vigo, they have been one of the toughest teams to face in this career mode. They and Mallorca, honestly, I can't stand facing either of them. Even so, first game of today's episode here, still in Andalusia, taking on Valencia. And it seems like whenever we face Valencia, we have a really good battle. Right now at the top of the table, there's 14 games to go, and we're 4 points clear of Barcelona. And heading into the game, I could not afford another slip-up. Needed to return to winning ways to keep Xavi's side at bay, and what a fantastic start. 26 minutes in. This was a glorious assist from Antonio, and he might be going for the golden boot right now, but after a lovely team build up here. Look at that, the lovely little flick first touch to get around his man, and then offload to Luis Milla for his 5th of the season. The captain assisting the vice. It's Granada 1, Valencia 0. Perfect start to the game, and then half an hour in, a chance to make it 2. Nico with his back heels to Luis Milla. I was playing some really good team football in this first half here. Lovely build up, and then Suarez. Oh, you love to see it. You know, I often try and downplay my chip goals because they are very OP. As I often say, if you are struggling to beat the goalkeeper one-on-one, and especially if you're a little bit of an angle as well, if you're running direct around the penalty spot and through the middle, you know, maybe a finesse or a smash or possibly trying to round the goalkeeper is better. But if you're a little bit of an angle like that and you're on the striker's preferred foot, I'd always say give chipping the ball a go. Give chipping the goalkeeper a go, because chip shots are really, really OP in FIFA nowadays. And as I often say, if you get the trajectory right, 9 times out of 10, it's going to hit the back of the net, because obviously the goalkeeper's out of his goal. If you get it up and over him, you know, most of the time, not always, sometimes you will hit the post or it will drop a fraction wide, but most of the time, it will be in line and it will go between the posts. If you get the trajectory right, up and over the goalkeeper but underneath the crossbar, well, 9 times out of 10, it's going to find the back of the net. So that's what we did for our second goal. Antonio restored our 2-goal cushion after Valencia cut it to 1. Now with 14 minutes to go, I conceded this really frustrating goal here. I just brought Calderon off the bench to try and see the game out, and it was such an annoying goal because, I mean, you know me, I always try and pass out from the back, but I'll be totally honest here. I wasn't trying to pass it backwards. I was trying to hoof it long, and for some reason just passed the ball backwards. Now I don't know. Like I must have accidentally pressed the X button. I'm sure I must have done, because I can't see any other reason why I would have done that. But even so, Valencia would make it 3-2, but thankfully it did not matter. He held on for the win and returned to winning ways. So for the following game, second of 4 today. Oh my goodness, Juve in Andalusia. First leg of our Champions League last 16, right now in 3rd place in La Liga, 3 points behind the league leaders in the Serie A, I should say, going for the title just like us. And when you look at their team, goodness, it is absolutely fantastic. You got an 89 rated De Ligt. Vindal is there. He's one of my favourite left backs in the game. A prime Locatelli at 86 overall as well. They've got Milinkovic-Savic 86 overall, and Federico Valverde at 89 overall is there as well. Matheus Cunha's up top. Kulusevski's back from his loan spell. And oh yeah, the small matter of the 90 rated Dusan Vlahovic. You know, when I said this tie was drawn, and oh, let's not forget they got the Handanovic region in goal as well. Lucky them, taking over from Inter Milan. When I said the tie was drawn and we got Juve, I said, do you know what? I think we can take them, and I do believe we can. I really, really do. But our record in Italy is played 2, lost 2. We won both our games last year against the Italians in the knockout stages, Atalanta and Roma, only to lose in Italy. We made it for Atalanta, but we of course were humbled by Jose Mourinho's Roma. So I knew that heading into this tie here, if we were to have any chance of going through, once again, we had to win in Andalusia, because I knew for sure, heading to Italy, with our record so far, lost both games, I wouldn't fancy our chances in Turin. So for the first leg in Andalusia, Juventus. First ever Champions League knockout round clash. I wanted a fast start. And 6 minutes in, we'd fell behind. Matheus Cunha, who is unbelievable in this game, by the way, guys. If you've not used Cunha before, I definitely recommend him as a different type of option up top. He's the sort of player who is as good when creating as he is when finishing. He's a really flair sort of player. His agility, his dribbling, his vision, ball control, passing, and his finishing from range and close range too is just so good. He opened the score and made it 1-0, and we were let off the hook a few minutes later. Dusan Vlahovic Vlahovic should have made it 2. Thankfully clipped the outside the post and we were still only down by 1. But really, 21 minutes in, we should have been 2 or 3 goals down, and we eventually were. The goal was coming. Juve were going to double the lead not before long, and unfortunately I gifted it to them as well. A great save by Maximiano kept it at 1-0, but as the ball was running out for a corner, I tried to play it back to him, prevent the corner and pass out from the back with Pablo Maffio. What did I do instead? Not see Kulusevski lurking. Yep, the Swedish winger was waiting for me to pass it back, which what I did. Maximiano beat into the ball and Juve were gifted a second goal. You can't do that against the AI on Ultimate. You will always concede. Granada 0, Juve 2, and that reaction from Mia said it all. 32 minutes in the game where I was getting absolutely dominated. I missed a golden chance to half deficit, make it 2-1. We were still down by 2, and I finally started to impose myself on the game when we were 2-0 down. And I knew at some point I'd score. Why is that? Well, we know that in FIFA, scoring goals is quite easy, so I knew we were going to get a goal. I put myself in a hole, but I felt I could get myself out of it. Randy and Teka makes it 2-1, and we're back in the game. So at half-time, I thought, okay, momentum's on our side right now. We're looking like the stronger team going into the break. If we start the second half strong, no reason we can't get ourselves back from 2 goals down and make it 2-2. Unfortunately, 55 minutes in, after, well, a couple of lucky moments here, first of all hitting the woodwork and then a block as well, Juve kept the chance alive. And it's that man, once again, Matheus Cunha. So good in this year's FIFA, giving Juve their 2-goal cushion back. And I knew at this point I wasn't going to be able to stop them. And Atletico could perform a miracle with 35 minutes on the clock and battle back to make it 3-3. We were going to lose in Turin and we will be going out. I had to get back in the game, and right from kickoff we had the chance to do so as well. And Teka flicks it to VR, who was quite quiet in this game, I'll be honest here, in his first ever Champions League knockout game, but he did get us back in it. Smacks one in from just inside the area, off the post, and right from kickoff, we once again, for the second time in the game, cut the gap to 1. But the problem was, whilst I knew I could score, every time Juve came forward with their high-powered offense, I couldn't stop them. Pablo Maffio was getting absolutely torn apart at right back in this game. I should have taken him off, really. Cunha almost got his hat-trick. This shot hitting the post, and it was still 3-2, and the final chance fell with 10 minutes to go. And Nico Williams was denied by the Handanovic regen, and that said it all. Yes, my reaction on the sidelines, I knew I wouldn't get a better chance. I was one-on-one and denied as Juve clung on to the win. Final score in Andalusia, 3-2. But I will be totally honest here, I wouldn't have deserved to have finished this game off with a draw. I got dominated. I mean, I had some great chances going forward. You saw that. We scored a couple of goals. We had a couple other chances too. But really, Juve, when going forward in that game, were absolutely dominant. And every time they came forward, you know, there's games where every time an AI comes forward, you think they're going to score. That was one of those games. 3-2. And if I'm being honest here, it could have been 4-2, 5-2. Had it not been for the woodwork, which they hit twice, and Maximiano too, we would have lost that game by a couple more goals and the tie would already be over. As it stands, we lost the first leg, but we'll go back to Turin knowing we'll have to do something we've not done so far yet. That's win a second leg of a European tie and win in Italy. Yeah, haven't done that since the saves began. If we are going to make it through, we need to provide an epic comeback. Otherwise, we are out in last 16 in the Champions League, and the board will not be happy about that, because right now we have been asked to reach the final of the Champions League in our first season, win the league title, and the objective we have hit already is reach the Copa del Rey quarter-final. Well, we're 90 minutes away from a place in the final, but the Champions League, our debut year, asked to reach the final, unless we're going to perform a fantastic comeback away in Turin, done something we've not done before, we're going out in the last 16. So how do I respond to that big defeat there? Our first loss since the Super Cup semi-final against Real Madrid. We got Atletico Madrid away, our closest title rival right now at the Metropolitano. And 41 minutes in to a really lackluster game where neither team felt as though they could lose this one. Antonio opens the scoring right before the break from about 3 yards out. He's not going to miss, and it's his 28th of the season as he goes for the golden boot and puts us into the dressing room in front at the Metropolitano. Atletico 0, Granada 1. And obviously Atletico needed this win more than we did, man. We could afford a draw in this game, that would do me fine, but a win would be huge. And 58 minutes in, on the break, a brilliant ball via VR saw Crepin Diatta one-on-one, and he bends it in to make it 2. And after I missed a 1-0 with Nico Williams against Juve, I was thinking, can't let it happen again. Got to put more power on it. Got to be more accurate. And that's exactly what happened with Crepin. Bends it in, top bins, past Jan Oblak. And Granada are 2-0 up in Madrid. Atletico, though, trying to come back would do just that. 25 minutes to go. The Portuguese forward, João Felix, makes it 2-1. And the deficit is halved. Atletico Madrid trying to come back from 2 goals down to claim a point, stop us from extending the lead on them in the race for the title. And with 18 minutes to go, desperate to hold on to the 3 points, we spread the ball out from left to right. Sugawara attacks down the flank. He's got Goretzka to beat. He steps inside him, offloads to Nico Williams, through to Luis Suarez, and there's VR! Get in! And I was going absolutely ballistic at this moment, but VR was saying, calm down, calm down. Do you remember when Ronaldo did that iconic calm down celebration? I think it was at the Nou Camp, wasn't it? All those years ago in the El Clasico. It's such an iconic celebration, it really is, and I'm so glad it's in FIFA. It's one of my favourites. You hold the L1 button and you double tap triangle on the PlayStation. But yeah, VR gets our 3rd goal, and whilst Atletico will get back in the game later on, I love the celebration from Morata. It's like, mate, you got like 20 seconds on the clock and you're going to do your independent celebration. Don't you want to pick the ball up and have a chance to get back from 3-1 down to 3-3? No, he decides to celebrate, waste some time for us. Thank you, Alvaro. And we hold on for the huge victory. And what a response from Granada. And for VR, wasn't that great against Juve? Yes, he got a goal, but he was quiet other than that, really. But in this game here, he showed his full array of talents. A brace and an assist. 29 goals for the season now as he chases that golden boot and the magic 40 that Ivan Toney and Samuel Belbel have done for me. But most importantly, he's chasing silverware for Granada. Huge win there against our closest title rival, Atletico Madrid, and a massive victory to gain separation on Diego Simeone's side. And what a response after losing to Juve. How about winning big at Atletico Madrid in the following game? So our 4th and final game, Real Madrid away, Copa del Rey, semi-final, second leg. Won the first leg 4-0. We had 1 foot in the final. All we had to do was not concede more than 3 goals. But this is FIFA 22. So heading into the game, few starters, but mostly a changed lineup. I still felt I'd get the job done, and 21 minutes in, we were a goal down, and a few minutes later, we were 2-0 down. Eder Militao headed Real Madrid into an early 2-goal lead at the Bernabeu, and I was rocking like crazy. 2-0 down inside the first half an hour. I was thinking, okay, my plan was just conserve. My plan was just defend. No, you can't do that against the AI on Ultimate. You've got to be attack-minded and brave regardless of what lead you hold on to going into a second leg of a 2-legged tie. Oh, how have I not learnt my lesson yet, man? Seriously, you can't just contain against the AI on Ultimate. They'll break you down. They're too good to sit back against. You've got to attack. Randy and Teka gets a goal right before the break to make it 2-1. Half the deficit on the night, but crucially, extend our lead from 2 to 3 on aggregate. Breathing room courtesy of the French forward, and whilst Real would continue attacking in the second half, trying to get back in the game, they'd find a goal with 25 minutes to go to make it 3-1. Once again, restored a 2-goal cushion on the night and cut the gap to 2 on aggregate. Fortunately, it proved to be nothing other than a consolation goal. Alexander Isaac's goal wouldn't propel a late comeback from Real, and whilst we lose on the night 3-1, we win the tie and make it through. Final score, Real Madrid 3, Granada 1. When they got those early 2 goals, I was rocking, but we do cling on to the victory over 2 legs, and the big win in Andalusia is what sees us through. Final score, 5-3 over 2 legs, and Granada are heading to their first final of the save, the Copa del Rey final, where, as you'll see, in the final, we'll be taking on Atletico Madrid. Yep, Diego Simeone's side overcome their deficit in the second leg to beat Deportivo Alaves. It's our first cup final. It comes in 2 episodes' time. We got Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey final. But that will, 3 episodes time. But that will end today's episode of La Liga Crema, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, if you have, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And with 12 games to go in La Liga, 9-point gap, and now into a Copa del Rey final 2. Our European dreams are hanging by a thread. Being a silver or bust type of season, we've got a golden chance at a domestic double still. Have a great day. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of La Liga Career Mode very soon.